Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to episode number 65 of our Islanders Gym Mode. So, in last episode, we simmed the entire season and we managed to make it back to the playoffs. We finished 48, 29, and 5. And in round number 1, we're up against the Ottawa Senators, who we played, I think, last year in the first round. I can't even remember, but yeah, they still have Josh Ho-Sang, so one of our former players. But other than that, they have a very stud offensive top 6 with a lot of 89s, 87s, that type of thing. So it's going to be a bit of a shootout, I think, for them at least. I don't know if our team's going to be up to it because our best player overall is an 88. So it's going to be a bit of a battle, but we could still do it, I think. Luka Pikla is their starting goaltender, and usually I've seen him get to high overalls, but he lets in a lot of goals. So I'm hoping that's the case with this series and that we could maybe get a lot of goals on him, considering I think he's listed as a fringe starter even though he's an 86. So first game in Ottawa because we're on the road for some reason. First period and it's scoreless. We're out shooting them though 12-8. So it looks like both goalies are playing good. Second period and we get to see, there you go, we beat Luka Pelka twice. Michael Kudrock opens the scoring early in the second, followed by Rich Beagle, who signed on free agency, so it's pretty nice. Third period underway, we're out shooting them only by one shot, but they pass us in shots now. It looks like they want to get back into this game. Power play for them, and we killed off. Good job, boys. Looks like we're playing pretty good defensively. And McMillan's standing on his head. McMillan had a good regular season with 7 shutouts, and he's going to get one in game number 1. Is Edwin Ramsey gets the empty netter. I think it's Edwin, or it's Edward. So, Kudrock from Dalcoli and Velarde, Beagle from Dalcoli and Velarde, and Ramsey from Josephson and Scrimes. So, 3 stars in that game. McMillan gets first star, Luka Pilka gets second star, and Dalcoli gets third star. So not too bad of a start with that 3-0 shutout. It looks like our AHL team is maybe not making it again, as they're 35-32 and 6. Okay, game number 2, I'm not going to change anything because our team's been pretty good. Let's see if we could have a good game like last game, and we opened the scoring up early. Michael Dalcoli makes it 1-0. And after the first period, it's 2-1 though for the Sens, as they came back with 2 unanswered. Lemieux makes it 1-1, and then Travis Sanheim grabs them the lead. We're out shooting him only by 1 shot. Let's have a good second period and maybe convert on our chances more. Second period, and it's still 2-1 them. We're out shooting them only by 2 shots, so we're getting more chances, but we have not been able to solve Opelka for the second time tonight. So let's see if we can do that in this third period. Hopefully we get a power play chance, because our power play I think has been pretty decent so far. And Xavier Alcock ties the game up, so that's the 4th line coming through with a good goal. I forgot to check our special team stats and stuff like that at the end of the last episode, but I guess we could do that at the end of all the playoff rounds and stuff like that. And it's going to overtime in game number 2, so once again we're only out cheating by like a few shots, but it's a tie game. And we're headed to overtime. Power play for them, and they score right off. So whoever took that penalty, that was a dumb move. The series is now tied as Smirnoff. I think that was one of their 89s. Ties the series up for them. Let's see who got the penalty. Ryan Pulock for holding. Geez, Pulock. You gotta be more disciplined than that. So there's the 3 stars, all Sens guys. Opelka gets first star, Sanheim gets second, and Lemieux gets third star. Okay, game number 3, yeah, let's just go right into it again. We're back on home ice at least, so at least we stole a game in Ottawa. If we could win these 2 games, that would be huge. We don't want to lose a game on home ice though. Yeah, let's send our scout back to the OHL for goalies, because we need a new goalie, because McMillan eventually he's not going to grow much more. And our AHL team has missed the playoffs because their record's 35, 34, and 6, so our youngsters don't get to play any farther, but hopefully they had a good season down there for like player stats at least. So back on home ice, first period, and it's scoreless again. We're out shooting them though 12-6, so we're getting a lot more chances. Hopefully that home momentum on our side helps us. Second period, and it's 1-1 now going into the third. Jake Virtanen opened the scoring, but Michael Kudrock with his second in the playoffs ties the game at 1. We're out shooting him 20-11, but somehow it's a tie game. I don't know how McMillan let him 1 goal on 11 shots, but he did. Third period underway, penalty kill, and we do it. Good job, boys. They're closing in on us on shots, so now. Yeah, they've got a lot of shots this period, but looks like McMillan's making up for his early troubles. And we're getting a few shots here at the end, and it's going to overtime for back-to-back games. We're outshooting them by 4 shots only, but it's anybody's game. Hopefully we have a better result than last overtime where we lost 2-1 with a power play goal. So come on, let's get a power play chance right off the bat, boys. Power play for us, there it is. Come on, and we do not score. We have a lot more shots now than them again, and power play again, and then we do not score. It's chances like those, if we do not score on a power play, that we risk losing, and we just lost right there. Jay Rogalaski, the guy on the third line, gives Ottawa a win, even though we outshot them 49-29, or 40-29, not 49. So here's the stats, though. Kudrock from Velarde and Dalcoli, and the rest of them I don't give a shit about. So 3 stars of the game were Opelka, McMillan, and Rogalaski. So it looks like Opelka's actually playing pretty good this series, which is kind of weird because, like I said, I've seen him allow a lot of goals in during regular seasons and playoffs because I had him in my Quebec GM mode, franchise mode thing I did off of YouTube. So I would know from kind of experience, unless they kind of changed him up a bit, maybe with the roster update that I had since then. Even though this is still, yeah, this is, I don't know how old this roster update is, but okay, let's just see. So there's all the series so far. So it looks like Colorado might go out first round as they're down 3-0. Arizona's up 2-1. St. Louis is up 2-1. Nashville's up 2-1. Ottawa's up 2-1 on us. Detroit's up 3-0. Pittsburgh's up 2-1. And Carolina's up 2-1. So this is a huge game, guys. We need to win this game and tie the series back up because I don't want to fall down 3-1 in round number 1. Okay, let's get it underway. And we start off early with a goal 59 seconds in, and then we allow one. And how the hell is a goal 6 seconds apart between the two of them? Scrimes and Virtanen. First period, and it's 2-1 them. Finley adds 1. And they, despite out shooting them again, we're down 2-1. Second period, and we're down 3-1 headed into the third period. Not looking good, guys. And they're out shooting us now. So we need to have a good third period here if we want to win this game and maybe this series even. Come on, guys. Power play, that would be huge to get a power play goal, and we do not score on it, but there's a goal from Lucas Grice. That's nice. And another power play chance. Come on, guys. We need goals. Oh, and Jay Day is going to make it 4-2, and that's going to probably put it away for the Sens. As they're going to take a 3-1 series lead as Party gets an empty netter. So our only 2 goals, Scrimes from Yossis and Ramsey, and Grice from Braun and Pulak. So I'm going to make some line changes, I think, because we haven't been able to score a lot so far. So let's see, go to edit lines. I don't know why we're losing. Like, come on, we just went to the Stanley Cup Finals and we're losing 3-1 in round number 1. I don't know if it's just because our players are dropping off or what. Let's see, Velarde in this playoffs has picked up 4 assists, so that's actually pretty good. What do I want to change? Let's bring up Gore actually to the second line. Ramsey. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. Lucas Braun is an 84. His faceoffs are 81. Wow, actually, that's pretty good. So yeah, let's move him up, Lucas Braun up, and put Yossis in as the winger. Scrimes is good at faceoffs. Is Grace actually good at faceoffs? Yeah, he is, but not better. So yeah, we'll leave it like that. So move Lucas Braun up there to play with Josefson. Since Josefson's a sniper, we'll move him to the wing. And yeah, so let's see if that helps at all. Defensively, let's move Wait, both those are offensive defensemen. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just leave the defensive core the same, but even though we've allowed a lot of goals, and yeah, obviously goaltending stays the same. So now that that's done, hopefully we could win another game in the series, and maybe come back from a 3-1 deficit. Even though that's gonna be very hard, we're gonna have to win like 3 in a row. Like, we had a very good regular season, but it seems like we're not playing the best to our abilities this playoff run, at least. Like, we have been scoring first, but we've been like blowing leads and losing only by 1 goal. So, like, those 2 overtime games, if we would have won one of them at least it'd be like a tie series. Okay, so we're on the brink of elimination, and the Sens already opened the scoring. First period, and it's 2-0 Ottawa. That's not good, guys. We're being outshot 12-6 as well. Second period, and it's 3-2 now. Okay, so we're back in it. Lucas Grice and Dawson Holt, but then they grabbed the lead, and look who it was. Fucking man. Josh Hosang grabs the Sens the lead going into the third period. And we're down 3-2. We need a goal, boys. We're on the brink of elimination. We need to stay alive and go back home with a chance to tie the series. And Dexter, with the youngster in his first year in the NHL, gets a huge playoff goal to tie the game up. We have a power play chance there, but we do not score. And it's going to overtime, 29-25. The shots in favor of Ottawa. We're on the brink of elimination. Come on, guys, we need that next goal. That would be huge. Maybe for back in the series if we can. Shots are kind of even still. Oh, penalty kill. Big penalty kill there. Good job, boys. Is it going to go to the second overtime? Yes, it is. And you know, it usually comes pretty quick, guys. So, and 1 goal is going to happen very soon. Ottawa's out shooting us, but usually I think it's the underdogs, but hopefully it stays the same. Let's see. Come on, guys. Overtime underway. And, oh, you got to be joking. Jake Virtanen wins it for the Sens, and we are eliminated in 5 games in round number 1. I think that happened last time when we went to the Stanley Cup Finals as well. Even though we had a good effort in the end of this game, we do not win, and despite taking the first game of the series, I think it was, yeah, we've lost 4 in a row. Dexter was the best player with 2 points in that game, and Josh Hosang, I think it actually said as well, played good for Ottawa, but we lose in round number 1. My line changes did not help. So quickly, we're just going to check out the season stats, because I wanted to check how good our power play and stuff was. And next episode will be the draft, but we're going to also check retirements and stuff once we sim up to the draft. So in goals for, where were we? Yeah, we were right here. See, we were pretty good in goals for. Kind of dropped off a bit since I last checked. And goals against, we were one of the best goals against teams, but for some reason we just couldn't get past all the centers. Power play dropped off a complete lot to like one of the worst. I don't even know how. Penalty kill looks like it dropped off a lot as well. Where are we? New York Islanders. Did I pass this? It's so hard to just like guess where they're. Oh, we're right here, which is, I don't know, we had still a good penalty kill, but we did not have a good power play. Our power play dropped off a lot. Let's just see our home record and stuff like that, I wonder. So we had a really good home record, 24-16-1. And our road record was pretty much the same, 24-13-4. But we went into the playoffs on a 5-4-1 record, so it's probably why we didn't do so good. Okay, so since we just got eliminated, let's just sim up to the draft, and then we'll see the retirements for this year. Hopefully we didn't lose anybody too huge. And then we will check like the awards and stuff for the season, and then that will be it for this episode. It sucks though. I was hoping we'd get back to the Stanley Cup Finals or get to at least round number 2 or 3. But I guess we got to go through a little bit of a mini rebuild again. It's gonna suck without Del Coley. We're gonna have to probably find a new left winger if he retires at the end of the season or next season or the season afterwards. So where did we do? We did those places almost twice. So let's go back to the queue because they actually have the most goalies with 7. Okay, so it should be almost done, I'd assume. Let's just stop it for now. And the Stanley Cup champions are the Edmonton Oilers, who I don't think won a cup in this GMO before. The Ontario Reign take the Calder Cup. So let's just check the awards for the season. And let's just check the playoff tree first. So basically the Ottawa Senators, who we got eliminated by, went to the Eastern Conference Finals only to lose to Carolina. And it was an Edmonton and Carolina Stanley Cup Finals like way back in 2006. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so Edmonton won that series in 6 games. Awards for this season. So the Stanley Cup champions, the Edmonton Oilers. The President's Trophy goes to the Edmonton Oilers. Wow, so Edmonton won the Cup and President's. It's nice for them. And obviously they get the Campbell, and Carolina gets the Prince of Wales. Carolina's been to the Cup Finals 3 times in the last 5 years, but they've lost every single one of them. So that's not good for Carolina. Considering they have a really good defensive core, I don't know why they don't win in the finals. The Hart Ross goes to McDavid for the 3rd straight year. Hart Memorial Trophy also goes to McDavid for the 3rd straight year. Timothy Liljegren gets back-to-back Norrises. And the Lady Byng goes to Josh Hosang, our former player. Our Bure with the Canucks. That's kind of cool. Bure with the Canucks wins the Calder. McDavid wins the Conn Smythe for the playoffs, so he must have had a very good playoffs. I don't know how. Well, obviously know how. Luukkonen wins the Vezina Trophy for the Edmonton Oilers. And the Jennings. Him and his... Yeah, just him. Dylan Hetherington gets a Bill Masterton with the LA Kings. I think that was maybe his 2nd or 3rd of them. I don't know why he gets so much of them. Frank J. Selke goes to Dylan Strome. He beats out Connor McDavid, who won 3 straight years before. Connor McDavid wins 3 straight Lindsays. And the Maurice Richard goes to D. Tyrell, who I have no idea who that is. It's probably just a prospect kind of guy that the Sharks drafted. And then in the AHL, let's see, a lot of Tuxpan Roadrunner players. Anybody from our AHL club? Oh, okay. Let's just also check our AHL players for stats during the regular season, because I didn't see those at all. So Robitaille finished with 66 points. Westcott with 60. Garnett with 53. Payer with 50. Nilstorp with 49. Jaffrey 37. Helnas 37. Vannon, and this guy's up to an 80 overall, so he might be ready for next season. He had 36 points. Ma with 32. Dempsey 28. Anybody... Oh yeah, Gauthier. 18 points only for Gauthier, but he's only 21, so he still has a lot of room to grow. Goaltending, Lane, that guy we picked up, didn't play very good. And same with Marcoux, so that's probably the reason we lost, is because of the goaltending. And we didn't get into the playoffs with the AHL club. Okay, but yeah, so that's going to almost do it. Once we get to the draft, we'll just see the retirements. And then that'll be this episode, guys. Hopefully we didn't lose anybody. If we did lose somebody, hopefully it's not somebody too huge. I think we might lose Pulock this year, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's go 2 weeks. So here's the draft order. So the first round, our overall pick goes to Washington, then LA, then Anaheim, then Calgary, then Columbus. So that's the top 5, and then those are the rest of those draft lottery results. So, retired players for this season. So we did not lose any forwards, so that's good news. And we did not lose any goaltenders, so we're still the exact same team probably going into next year almost. Maybe a few minor trades and stuff during the offseason. And then for all retirements, Johnny Gaudreau retires, Ryan Johansson retires, Mark Scheifele retires, Max Domi, Victor Rask, Sean Couturier, Nick Bukestad, all these type of guys. Anybody that used to play for us, yeah, Shane Prince retires. He was playing good with us, but he was a free agent throughout the entire season, I guess, this year. I don't even know who he played with. But yeah, he didn't put up much points. Oh, and that's playoff stats, actually. Oh, he played pretty good with whoever he was playing with. So thank you for your time here, Shane Prince. And Brock Nelson also retired. They were both free agents this year, but nobody picked them up. And it looks like that's going to be it for X players. Frederick Goudier retired. 35 though. Okay, never mind. I thought he was younger. I forgot that we were this far into the GM mode. So goaltending. Anthony Stolarz retires. Matt Murray retires with the San Jose Sharks. I think he was actually traded to them during the offseason, and he still has 2 years left on his deal. Fucali and Merzlikins, Vevel, whatever this guy is, Altschuler, all these type of dudes. So nobody too huge for retirements, at least for goaltending wise. Nothing for us, which is good news. But our players are probably going to start dropping off, which means we probably need to pick up some new studs for like the first line of that. So let's just get it sent on to the draft. There you go. So yeah, that's going to do it, guys, for this episode of Islanders GM Mode. So next episode will be the off season, and then it's back to the season, and then hopefully the playoffs again. If not, we're back on this rebuilding type of series. So thanks, guys, for watching. See you guys next time.